Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Primetime. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yards with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100 plus the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
Back to throw now on first down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now H.N. on 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains. 2nd and 13. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Calling a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Come on. Viking 18.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
Bennett has sacks number 1 and number 2 on the season, and a tackle for loss on the opening drive.
Nice.
Hell yeah. He also re-emerged from the offseason back to his prior stocky build. Went back to defensive tackle. Replacing Quinn Williams again.
Razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now, because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want, but this guy, he is hard to corral.
Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. Boy, fingers crossed here. First quarter of a new season, already an injury. And while they attend to him, we'll step aside. On the ground, it's the rookie from Alabama. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 7 yards there and a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Morales. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 14 yards into Chicago, first down.
When you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
Here we go. 70.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
First drive, 8 plays, 76 yards.
Oh, buddy.
He'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. On first down.
Oh, my goodness.
Just a yard on the pick.
Going against the
Bring up a 2nd and 9.
Indianapolis Colts and Jackson Dykes.
Brings up 2nd and 9. 19.
He'll drop to throw.
Oh, fuck. I literally, damn it. I didn't know. Get him. Shit. Go get him, somebody else.
A terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. Right back to Achane on second down. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in four-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
Here we go. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
They'll go. Achane. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. The Bucs try it on 4th down but come up empty. And that will force a turnover on downs. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. They'll look to throw. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. He'll look to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Ready.
Up the middle they go. Beasley. And a nice run. They're going to take this close to the first down marker at the Bucs 39. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Double covered.
Here we go. Let's go.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He finds his man, complete. It's Gonzalez. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. From 19 yards away. And the Bears will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they've got it as we resume action. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Back to throw. Womack. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bears sack. They get to him for a loss of 4. And it brings up 3rd down of a sack. Operating from the gun. Womack. That's complete. It's Ladd McConkey. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Here's Tommy Townsend now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Bears take over. The Chicago offense set to get started. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
That's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
On third down, it's Gregory. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. They'll look to throw here on first down. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
That pass caught. It's Williams. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 24-yard line.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping him on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got the step on him, not just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that will bring up second down.
Buccaneers 21-yard line.
Let's go now.
Back to throw here. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Devontae Smith from 20.
Jose, what's your score, bud? 14-0. Same.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0.
They're driving right now.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run
I threw a bad pick.
And he brings us out
Hopefully
past the
nothing like that
20
yet.
to the 24. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out.
I would be 21, but
They've shown
yeah.
precious little here
Through
offensively
the pick.
thus far as they try again with a first down now. Throwing to start the drive. Womack. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate
14 sacks.
32-yard line here, second and 3.
Eat.
Looking to throw. Womack. And now look at this. Big
Ooh, let's go.
This is picked up by the Bears. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. Now he's going to step up and run. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
First and 10.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A nice move there.
Called that play after a pick, so
Now
you
second
got me.
down. Second and 10. Now back to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. And this offense in mid-season form here in the opener. It's first and 10. Back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
He did a fine job there not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Here we go.
Yeah, I read that play back.
That's complete. That's Gonzalez. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Throw right side, complete to Williams. Touchdown! Jamison Williams, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 40-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Out of the gun now on third down. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
60.
Back to throw. Womack. And a gain of 3 on the play. And it'll be second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and
Looking to throw. Womack. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down. Back to throw. Womack. Under pressure, they got him again. And they're going to take a timeout defensively.
About to go in the half, 21-0. I think I've sacked their quarterback 7 times already. He is getting ravaged.
Fielded at the 20. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night prime time, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everybody.
It looks like we'll have to wait another week to get our first halftime report of the season as we move right along.
Yeah,
to
you
the
can hold on to
second
your
half.
halftime report, bud.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Bears offense set to go to begin the third quarter. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? This is kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things. That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40.
Late.
That's good for a Bears first down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They'll set up a throw. Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4 at the 46-yard line.
19, come 19, come 19.
They'll drop the throw.
What the fuck?
Carrying it out deep for Smith.
Oh,
And
fuck.
that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On third down, Beasley. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Gonzalez. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
19, Tiger, 19, Tiger. Franco 80, 18, Rattler, 18, Rattler. Ready?
They'll look to throw here. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Jalen Waddle, 31 yards. And the Bears add 6 to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it is 28-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. Throwing to start the drive. Womack. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there. And it's second down.
It's now second
Come on,
and 10
come on.
at the 30-yard line.
18, Cardinal, 18.
Looking to throw. Womack. Got a man. That's Ayu. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
A 7-yard gain on the play.
Ready.
It's third down.
Back to throw. Womack. They set up the screen, and Achane has it. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits him the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head.
Fucking down or something. Shots over there. What is the bottle straight from the bottle?
No, I got a, it's limited.
This is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep
It's
throwing
like,
it
what the
around.
fuck is that?
It's some damn good lemonade.
First down. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Nah, I had a beer earlier, but I'm not. Wait, that guy's completely offside.
First and 10 at the
Oh,
36-yard line.
damn it. I changed the play and it fixed it.
Viking 18.
And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. So that flag will set him back 5 yards. A full start backs him up 5. First and 15.
Here we go. Viking, let's go.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Gregory. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. Here's 2nd and 3.
60 Vikings, 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Gonzalez. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. First and 10. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. That's going to be caught by Waddle. So nothing doing there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Ready.
Looking to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Let's go now.
Again, he'll drop the throw. Now a run, and he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Bears will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes this 35-0 now. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook. The bottom line is don't quit competing.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Womack. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Multiple defenders in there to bring him down as this quarter comes to an end. 4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Prime Time. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Bears offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out of this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
1st and 10 at the 40.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Looking here for Smith downfield. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
A Chicago 1st down there on a gain of 11. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps, because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and
at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
1st down.
Here we go, here we go.
At the 4-yard line.
70 Lions. Ready.
They're going to look to throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A great effort there. Already his 2nd touchdown here this opening weekend. And the Bears are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, and to be frank, not to be proud of. Gets through, and now an opening. Look at the big fella go. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Oronde Gadsden, 68 yards. And the Buccaneers are finally on the board here in the fourth quarter. Extra point splits the uprights as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Dances by him. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. You just kind of feel for the defense right now. This deficit, they have not been able to stop them the entire game, Charles. And some hands on hips, some long faces out there on the defensive side. They're like, oh my gosh, we got to face these guys again here.
Yeah, people don't understand how hard it is when you're on the side that's being dominated to keep your head up and continue to play hard. And that's what they're going through right now, trying to find that pride inside of them to allow them to continue to fight, even though they are down huge in this game.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Come on. Set. Panther 60. Panther 60. Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That is incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Looking to put a drive together. Hand off to Achane to begin the drive. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
27-yard line.
Cougar 19. Let's go.
Back to throw. Womack. That's complete out left to Ayuk. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
13 yards on the play.
Let's go now.
First down.
Let's go.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Buccaneers.
On first down around the 38-yard line. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
And he's brought down at the 19 after a gain of 19. First down in the red zone.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts, because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. What we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. Ball resting on the 10-yard line. It's 2nd and 1.
And a yard at the 10-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Give him 2 yards. That sets him up first and goal.
At the 8-yard line.
Tua with a quick throw, caught out wide. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Where you at, Jose?
Fourth quarter, 28-17.
Oh, dang. They start scoring here.
And a good return as he'll be stopped.
I gave up the score because I hit stick my own defender, and we both missed the tight end. So he got a 68-yard touchdown. But 49-7 for your boy.
Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Now 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Achane gets it from the gun. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 4.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. It's caught at the 25.
Shouldn't have said anything because I just gave up another touchdown.
Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Point after, right down the middle. As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air.
Travis Hunter has a fumble recovery.
And the returner down to a knee. This will come out to the 35-yard line.
I always forget you have him.
He's not going to play a lot of
The Bears offense ready to go
That's
for
fair.
their next drive. It has been
Yeah,
quite a
I
display.
got like 3 really good wide receivers, and one of them is a rookie, so I want him to develop.
They are going to be title contenders.
Because I don't think I'm going to be able to play all these 2 wide receivers again. If I want to keep
Yeah.
my defense there. I got to keep my defense going.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Here comes 3rd down and 7. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. He's got his target. That's complete.
Get fucked, Tampa Bay. I scored right at the game in 50-something is 14. With Tua, I decided I wanted, so I signed Tua out of free agency and just wanted to see what was up. And he's throwing good.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there's a little extra pressure with that as well because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your
Sweet. Oh, yeah, that's good. Hmm. Damn. Alright, cut the stream is fine.